And joining us a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. And back in Charlotte following the road trip, it's the Hornets back on their home floor. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks. That was their second loss in 2 games. Now they've got a chance to turn the tide and get back on course.
Yeah, they look totally disjointed, and sometimes you have a night like that. Nothing goes in the basket. It's just pure frustration.
Well, you can call it any number of things, Steve. Disjointed, disorganized, discombobulated. Dysfunctional, any of those would fit.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Millsap at power forward with Horford at center. Teague and Korver in the backcourt, and it's Dove in at the small forward position. Now here's Jefferson, and he gets it to go. Jefferson's got the first points up on the board tonight here for Charlotte.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
Well, Gerald Henderson is not the most lethal outside shooter, but I really like the way he's learning to move without the ball. He's very opportunistic with his cuts whenever his defender turns his head.
Walker with it, picked up by Teague. And Walker kicks to Jefferson. The tray, Henderson, no good. And Henderson most comfortable, it seems, Steve, shooting from the corners.
Yeah, like most players, you know, Kevin, that's the easier shot, 22 feet instead of 23.9. He shot a good percentage from there. Not really a long-range shooter per se, which is why you didn't see him, you know, shoot effectively from the top of the circle or on the wings.
Pass to Dub. And there's the pass to Korver. Dub, he's covered by Kid Gilchrist. 5 on the clock. The shot's good from Dub.
And with the way he's burst onto the NBA scene with his play, you have to think this upcoming summer will be a long one for him. He'll be high on a lot of teams' free agency list.
Well, teams might have missed on him or passed on him during the draft, but I don't think they'll make that mistake again with him hitting free agency. He'll have the leverage. He'll be holding all the cards this summer when free agency rolls around.
Jefferson's shot is off.
And the defense did a pretty good job of closing off the middle once he got inside the lane.
Here's Dub, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Al Jefferson. It's not very often you can say this about the future. It is looking pretty bright in Charlotte.
So often the season ends and you're thinking about the issues you've got to deal with, but right now the Hornets headed in a good direction.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And for Charlotte, as you said, you know, part of it is feeling good with their direction, but also they should feel good that they actually have a direction after after the way the last few years have gone.
Now here's Henderson. He had 10 points in the win against Washington.
And what an extraordinary display of passing in that game, too, Kevin. He's making all the right decisions offensively.
Rejected by Millsap. Corver passes to Dub. First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Here's Teague. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Teague's got his first 2 points.
You know, having a direction, as you mentioned, had been a problem with Charlotte because they seem to change their minds every year about who they were going to be, and they did it for the last decade or so. Now it seems as though the base is solid, and they've got an idea of how they want to build and who they want to build around, and they've got a group that can grow together.
The Hawks leading. Dub, he's covered by Kid Gilchrist. To the wing right side. Corver passes to Dub. The Hawks working the ball around. Back to Teague. There's the triple. That's good. Teague's got 5.
Looks like he might be on his game today, Clark.
Hornets have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Biombo, he's checked in for Jefferson. Gilchrist. Ryan Roberts is checked in for Gerald Henderson. And it's Williams in for Kemba Walker. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Eldon Brand's checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Thabo Sefolosha is checked in for Kyle Korver. And it's Schroeder in for Jeff Teague. A nice shot by Roberts.
Good job creating just enough space to let that one fly.
The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Lance Stevenson, the all-time leading scorer in the history of high school basketball in New York State. And that's something when you consider, Clark, the great players who came before him.
Yeah, to be at the top of that list says a lot about his high school career. He actually led Lincoln High School to an unprecedented 4 straight city basketball championships. There's a reason his nickname is Born Ready.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, guys, Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team. He said to his guys that they can take advantage of this defense if they just work as hard as possible to find the gaps on the floor and keep the ball moving from side to side on the offensive end. He also said something you don't hear too often from a coach. He told his guys they should have a shoot-first mindset instead of trying to be, quote, too cute with the ball. We'll be watching how these adjustments work. Kev, there's still a lot of time left in this game.
Thank you, Doris.
And for Stevenson, despite the high school accolades, questions about eligibility and off-the-court issues caused many colleges not to recruit him. And after one season at Cincinnati, he slid to the second round of the draft, but he's really become quite a player.
And the shot drops as they pick up 2 points from Dub.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
And too long on the shot. Hawks have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game. Oh, look out! Wow! Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that dunk.
Yeah, but come on, Kevin. The defense can't let that happen.
I hope they let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
Just a gift, 2 points they gave up. That's awful.
Williams attacking. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Here's Tubb. And he drains the 3, but let's see. They may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
Well, now that we can see the replay, it looks like he did get the shot off in time. It looked that way to me originally, and that's the call we should see here.
You're right. I think he got it off, but anytime it's as close a call as that was, in a big situation like this, it's always smart to take a closer look.
And they're going to count it. They're overturning the original call after looking at the replay.
Yeah, good to see them get that one right. That's exactly why we have this rule in place, and I like it. Each basket is so important in these games that you've just got to make sure you get it right at the end of the quarters.
And that does it for the first quarter. The Hawks on top, up 5. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
On tap next Monday, March 30th. Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks go up against Jeff Teague and the Atlanta Hawks. And
all right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, Steve, Clark, your thoughts?
Solid first quarter for this club. They came out strong and they put together some nice momentum here.
Steve, I like the looks they've gotten on offense.
Checked in for Jefferson. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Henderson for Mo Williams. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Dubs checked in for Thabo Sefolosha. At the 3, MKG and Cody Zeller at the 4. Pairing in the backcourt, it's Walker and Henderson. And it's Biyombo at the center position. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. And that one's good.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Last outing for Charlotte, they won that game against the Wizards in Washington.
How about the box score from that game? The accuracy from the three-point line, just remarkable.
Yeah, it was a stream of threes that allowed them to repeatedly deflate that crowd.
Gerald Henderson certainly helped by the acquisition of Al Jefferson, which created some space for him on the perimeter. And he's made great strides with his outside shot over his career.
Roberts has checked in for Charlotte. And a change for the Hawks. Scott's checked in. There's the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Now the dish to Horford. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move and he'll shoot 2. And Henderson, a slasher, one of the best wings in the league at working himself to the line.
Also a steady defender too, Kevin, and he has worked on developing his long-range shooting as well. And if he gets that piece, he'll be pretty balanced all around.
Schroeder, he's checked in for Atlanta.
Al Horford, 6'10", 250, really a natural power forward who's been asked to play at center for his whole career. He's shown himself willing to battle bigger players inside, but you got to think he'd welcome a chance to switch back to the 4 spot.
Henderson kicks to Biyombo. The jump hook, and it's good. Biyombo's got his second basket of the night. The Hawks leading by 7.
And for Horford, able to scrap inside to overcome his lack of size defensively. His quickness is his biggest advantage. I mean, he's excellent at moving in space and defending the pick and roll.
Henderson with it. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Biyombo, no luck.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Now, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important, and it's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
Here's Tubb. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's talk about Horford's advantages playing center. Certainly his offensive skills among those advantages.
Yeah, and an excellent mid-range jump shooter and ball handler. He can face up. He can draw opposing bigs further out than they'd like. But he's also strong enough and quick enough to get past them and get to the rim.
Combo dishes to Roberts. Soft touch off the glass. Roberts got 7 points. Atlanta's gone 1 or 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. They set the pick. Schroeder in the corner. Kicks to Horford, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist. Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
Henderson passes to Roberts. And Kidd-Gilchrist kicks to Roberts. And he banks in the layup. Roberts got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's Teague.
That shot!
He beats the buzzer.
Wow! Unbelievable. When a shot like that falls, even the hostile crowd has to crack a smile.